I'm Joshua Patterson, and this is a Service Please snack. So obviously, one of the things which is extremely, I'm sure you're very, very proud of that, and hopefully you can look back and celebrate it, is the incredible seed funding which you were able to achieve in that period of time. That was a huge amount of money to be able to get. And I was just intrigued to know, when you talk about your roadmap, do you talk about the kind of levels of where that's going to take you, what it's going to be, what the next phase is, and where you or is it the year and just get these?
No, I think when you're fundraising, I think you always have to have a plan, because I don't think people invest in you otherwise. So I think there's a level of, do they invest in you as, one, do they like your idea? So that's a tick. It's, do they, especially at an early stage, we're at seed stage now. So at this point, it's, do people believe in me to pull it off? I had a friend of mine that sat with me in an office every single day, and maybe it was after 6 months, was I'm investing in this business purely because I watch you and you will not give up, and you're so relentless in what you do and you care so much that you'll drive it to where it needs to be. And I think there's a lot of my investors who've invested because of me. Testament. It's actually quite nice to hear. But then I also think it's, do you have a plan? Is it solid? Do you make sense? There's also a lot of smart investors who are going to sit there and pull apart my cash flow and be like, what are your projections? Where do you want to be? Do they believe in that roadmap? Do they believe in the people who are going to get it there? And I think, I think I've just learnt so much as doing a startup. Even what we're a year and a half post official launch, maybe 2.5 years since the original idea. And I think I've learned more in the last 6 months than I did right at the beginning, because post seed round, it's the funding, the team that you build, the plans on where you're going, everything changes all the time. And navigating all of that at the same time, I think, is so challenging. But I think at any point you could walk away and have learned more than you ever would if you've never done a startup.
Completely, and I think that's what is the most beautiful thing about it. It is really just like an exponential curve of just learning constantly, and you can never be in that situation unless you're in that particular moment and stuff like that. And also when you care so much about it as well, you want to be understanding each little intricacy that's going on and be so granular with everything. And I think that's so fascinating, but also I'm sure it's probably quite exhausting at times as well.
Yeah, I think I'm learning to step back. I think my team would laugh if I said it and they hear this, but delegating, it has been really tricky. But I think luckily I've built actually a core team who I would say maybe don't care at the level I do, but are pretty much almost there. Because I've had a lot of people join in looking at this going, this could change my life and I'm here for this reason. If they wanted to go and get the massive salaries, they could be anywhere. I have a really strong team that I think will be here to the end, which is kind of an amazing moment for me. I hope they are, because I believe in them that much as well.
And
I hope they watch this and see that.
It's really, really cool. And out of interest in your mind, you use the word end. I'd be intrigued to know, do you have an idea of what the idea of an end would look like for you at this moment?
Yeah, the end, I used to say I'd want to run it for I think there's two options. There's the continuing to run. I look at Zuckerberg, who's still at Facebook, but then have a really great friend of mine who's just exited his business for a lot. And that's an amazing moment. And I think you don't know what's going to come your way. I think for me, I really think it would be an exit. I just think that's how it will work. And I think I'd have taken a lot out of this and applied it to a second one. I don't see this as my only startup. But you don't really know. I always think you don't know where this journey's going to take you. You don't know at what point it's going to end. So I don't know what that end is. I just aim as high as possible because I go, well, then at least you've tried.
I hope you enjoyed this Service Please snack from the full meal. I have a final favour if you wouldn't mind helping me out. Could you interact with this channel in any way which feels best for you? That could either be by subscribing, liking, or even commenting an idea for future episodes and topics you'd like to hear spoken about. This will help amplify the voice of the hospitality and wider food industry, enabling more people to understand the innovations and daily struggles of one of the most dynamic sectors, and of course, the tastiest. I'm Joshua Patterson, and that was Service Please.